If you missed it, Blizzard Entertainment's decision to region lock Korean players out of non-Korean tournaments has recently come into review by the community. This was triggered by Cyril, a Finnish player achieving unprecedented levels of success by beating arguably the best Korean players and winning the entire tournament.
He is the best in the world right now, ladies and gentlemen.
A lot of people say that Cyril and other non-Koreans have gotten a lot better since the region lock in 2016. There's a lot of controversy on whether or not this region lock was a good idea for multiple reasons, but as time goes on, it seems like the gap between Koreans and non-Koreans is closer than it ever was before. So, was the region lock successful? If so, why? Let's use an example. You're a student playing tennis. The first step in competition for you is to be the best of your group of friends. After that, you want to be the best in your school. The next step after that would be to try and be the best player in your district, then the best player in your states, then the best player in your country, and then eventually the best player in the world. Now, imagine if there were only one step here, and as soon as you got into tennis, you were instantly and immediately matched up against the best players in the world. It'd probably kill your motivation. You'd have to suddenly become one of the best players in the world before you started seeing any real measurement of success.
And now for my finish!
Before the region lock, the staircase may have looked something like this. Players looking to compete would first climb the North American ladder with the small steps for each league all the way up to Grandmaster. Then you could compete in small online tournaments for 10 to 25 bucks. Once you start placing highly there, you try your hand at WCS, and now you need to beat some of the best players in the world. In order to see results this early on, you have to be one of the top 32 players in the world. This is a massive wall a lot of players faced, and some players were able to make good attempts at the climb. Few, if any, really made it up though. Now, let's look at the system after the region lock. Each continent was separated for challenger, so a regional competition was established. After that, there's an international competition at premier offline events known as WCS circuit events without Koreans. Following that, there's a global competition at BlizzCon with global events that allow both Koreans and non-Koreans. While each step may have some outliers in skill, the climb up is far more gradual now, and it's a lot easier to see yourself climbing up to just the next step. Something important to note is that not everyone has to reach the top. Some players will be content with reaching the top of the ladder, and some players will be content with being competitive in their region, but not globally because the time and energy they need to invest to climb to the next step is too much. And that's fine, but the smoother we make someone's journey to the top, the more players we'll see improve and the higher the level of competition gets. But the system is not that cut and dry. The region lock for WCS did not come for free, and we definitely saw an impact on the Korean scene from it. And it's not a perfect system either. Even if we did successfully raise the skill level, was it justified to focus on rewarding players that aren't the best while deliberately removing opportunities for players that were inarguably better? And is it fair that non-Koreans can compete in Korean events, especially when you have players like Cyril recently coming up? I don't have the answers to those questions. At least not in this video. Personally, I'm a fan of the region lock, and I hope it stays, albeit with some improvements. But hopefully you walked away with a better understanding of why I think the region lock was successful, and why trying to remove it now would probably hinder a lot of the players still trying to climb up the lower steps. What do you think? Is there a point where it would make sense to remove the region lock? And do you like the format for this kind of video? I'm interested in doing more, but I want to know what you think. I don't really monetize any of my videos, so I just really want to know if it's the kind of content people want to see more of. Let me know in the comments or wherever it's convenient to reach me. I don't care about metrics.